All right, this is not a review. This next part, it's not a review because I don't know if I should review series, but I watched this show Deadbeat. Sometimes the description will get me. If I get a description of what am I looking at there?
What? Oh, that's his sleeve.
Oh,
I tiled the image.
I see. All right. But I read the description of the show, and it's like this loser, unintelligent loser who also sees ghosts is a medium, and he talks to ghosts. And I was like, okay, good premise. I think that could be rife with comedy. It's listed as comedy. I think, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And it is quite funny because the guy, he's kind of insensitive, very, very unintelligent, constantly messing up words, which I think is hilarious. But after the course of like, I think I'm in the third season, beginning of the third season now, and I think I'm done with it. There's plenty of like little jokes to be had, obviously, when it comes to an idiot talking with ghosts. You know? Plus, he's a loser and like doesn't know how to like make a living. Because he is, in fairness, he is constantly being harassed by ghosts because once they find out you can see him, they're like, oh, help me out, you know? And he does help people pass in the light, so he's kind of a good pass in the light, so he's kind of a endearing character because he does help people, even if those people are ghosts that I don't believe in. But I thought it plenty of funny bits, and I really do like the rivalry because there's this pretty blonde lady who is a medium, and she is like a fraud. And he actually can do what she claims she can do. And every now and then he upstages her because he's not a fraud. And so it's this rivalry between him and this fraud. I think that was kind of a brilliant dynamic, the whole Chamomile White and Kevin dynamic. Because he's an idiot and he can do it, but she's like good at marketing. And so anyway, it's kind of an interesting thing. But I don't want to rate things like series. I think movies are better, like rating a self-contained movie all on its own. A series is a whole different animal. You know, when like for example, it's like I would rather rate this show by episodes. Rate the episodes, but I'm not going to do that. That's tedious. That's tedious because they're like half-hour shows. They're very short. They're very short, punchy comedy. But it got old into the third season. Now they got the cow pen, and that's the problem with series is that after a while it just is like you get celebrity cameos, and you know it becomes like a comic book in many ways. Like, oh, how do we keep interest in this? Well, let's throw Spider-Man in there, you know. So it's hard to rate like a series, in that regard, and so I don't really want to do like a star rating for stuff like this. Like for example, like I was thinking about this in Game of Thrones. When Game of Thrones, I couldn't rate that series because it was really good for a while and then it just so it's hard to rate these things. I like rating self-contained stories, movies in particular, because they have a beginning, middle, end. They're acts. They follow story format. Series don't really follow like a story format. You don't really get closure. You don't really get an end. You know, even when they do have an end, it's like Saint Elsewhere. Or it's like Lost, and you're like, everyone's like, WTF? You know what I mean? It's incredibly challenging to write that kind of way and even rate that kind of thing. But if you want some cheap laughs for a little while, I'd say check this out. I'm not going to put any stars to it.